Good morning, my revolutionary people. Well, it's about 11:30. It's kind of morning. The munchkins walking by the river. Go for them. Go for me. Go for the soul. Go for everything. Fresh air-ish. Some smoke bombs, but it is what it is. And they sent some people to poison the river, but they were slow, So, more realizations. Oh, it is good morning, my revolutionary people. I'm still coming down from the ecstasy, so still haven't playing the Tetris with my thoughts. Today is actually day 191. I thought yesterday was 191, but today is 191. So, boy, oh boy, so many realizations. I saw people for who they really are yesterday. It was really disturbing. Because I saw myself for who I am. Which was really gratifying. But ooey. The people who partake in the war games aren't good people. They just aren't good people. I don't even know where to start. I saw my mom and my brother probably for the first time ever yesterday, in the sense that I really saw who they are. When I see someone and they have an emotional response to me, I don't know what exactly it is that I see, but I see them. And then I have like a database of people in my mind that I've seen in the past, and it matches up with those people. And so I can kind of, it just helps me figure out people better. And that guy, okay. And yesterday I saw my brother for who he really is. He did the same thing that the convicts in New Mexico did. See, here's the deal, is I've worked through all the people who are enslaved to my family before I had to deal with like the fancy families and the SS soldiers. I've gone through every group of people and freed them with my words. But before I figured out what I needed to do, there were people who'd been in prison who were trying to kill me. And I think it was in Edgewood, New Mexico. I was there for, I think, a couple weeks. It was a while. I'm not quite sure how long. But my brother is a prisoner. He's just like them. He just wants to stick his dick in anything to make him feel like he conquered something. He wasn't always like that, but I saw just how much they broke him yesterday. He has no emotional, like a little emotional spectrum. Uncle A, have you told my brother that you were like him when you were younger? And does he see how it didn't really pay off for you? I hope he figures that out, because without my birthright, he doesn't really have much. It's mine. And yeah, it was just really disappointing. He wasn't always like that. Before I thought about it last night, and when he started to be like that was after he quit working on wind turbines. He went to school to do that and did all kinds of stuff. But I think what it has to do is people mess with him just like they mess with me. They just want to conquer me. And normally that had to do with sex. And so I'm sure something happened to him when he was doing the wind turbine thing. Probably just like something happened to my dad when he did the Iran-Iraq war thing in the 80s. Someone touched his butt. This mess is all about sex and conquering people. You guys, I'm so disappointed in humanity. So disappointed in, I don't know if it's humanity. I think it's just the fancy families and the SS soldiers. Good guys, okay. Dogs are doing good. So, yeah, I saw my mom, too, for just, she'll do anything to get power. She'll do anything to get power. Even if it's kick me out, when I'm not even really living there, and it basically, it kills her only shot for even more power. So she just bitter nose despite her face. Isn't that the saying? Something like that. But it was really, really interesting. And so, in an effort to look powerful in front of the police, that's what she did. And then the police officer that I spoke with yesterday, what was his name again? Garcia, something Garcia. His name was J. Garcia Cash. He was scared. He didn't realize what he'd gotten into. They told him lies. And he was scared yesterday. He saw me eating meat with my raw hands, or eating raw meat with my hands, and he just about lost it. And my brother gave me one of his dirty looks that's supposed to scare me, and all it did is let me know how hurt and broke and small inside he is. You people are a mess. You people are a mess. And the Scandinavians? Oh, jeez. I've always looked up to you people because I've always just wanted to have the privilege that you all had, or the mindset in the sense that, narcissists, they like to be the best. Well, you all are just in a loop of generational trauma. You only cared that my dad killed Chris and Brenda because they're white like you. They're Scandinavian. It doesn't matter. Look at all, I saw so many graves in Santa Fe, because I love cemeteries, so I hang out there. But I saw so many graves in Santa Fe that were my people. And I knew they were my people, I just hadn't figured it out yet. And it's people who died before they're 40, before, the change of guards. And you all know that the South Americans, my dad, my group of people, whatever you want to call it, they kill us. And you just turn your head. Just like you did when my great-grandpa started the Holocaust. And all the fancy SS soldiers, they were super torturing people, and you turned your head because it was survival. That's how you viewed what was necessary for survival. Well, here it is almost 100 years later, and you're still doing the same thing. Here I am. I grew up in a concentration camp. The concentration camp follows me wherever I go. And you still can't help me, even though you know that I have the most to offer you that anyone will ever have. And I want to give to you. But you're just so interested in self-preservation, you can't do shit. You're just as bad as my dad. Just as bad. People who turn their head and look the other way are just as bad as the people who commit the crimes. I grew up around the Scandinavians. You all saw my suffering the most. You know why Chris got cancer so quickly? Is because she saw how sad I was. And she always took the time to make me feel special a little bit and answer my questions, because I always had questions about the world. That's why. That's why he killed her so quickly. It's because she was kind to me. And you all only care because of the color of her skin and because she represented land or territory. And here I am. I represent the world to everyone, and no one is willing to do anything except self-preservation. I am so angry and so disappointed, mostly just disappointed and hurt. This is not how it's supposed to be. I understand you all have been conditioned to believe this is okay. It's not okay. It's not okay to be a coward. It is not okay to just turn your head and focus on your own people. How dare you? How dare you disregard humanity? I am so angry, so hurt, so disappointed. I don't know, what the right answer is, or, I'm tired of asking for help and not getting it. So, what I can promise is, I guess I'm going to give you an ultimatum. If the Scandinavians don't step up and help me, I'm going to make you my Mexicans when I come into power. I like the Mexicans. They need to be higher in the pecking order than they are. I think they are my people. I think we should just all be like, we're all the fancy South Americans. It's just, oh geez, I don't know, but those are my people too, and they've always been kind to me because they know what it's like to be tortured. They know what it's like to not have the privilege the Scandinavians have always had. It's been 100 years, and you all still are stuck in generational trauma where you can't stand up for people or yourself. You can stand up for yourself enough to save face. Who the fuck? You are just as bad as my dad and all those people. How dare you, think that you're morally superior? You are just the same. My dad, literally had, I had head surgery when I was 8 because it was supposed to keep me more manageable. I have lived in a concentration camp. You all saw that I lived in a concentration camp. And you've done nothing. And there's countless other people who are I saw the graves. There's so many graves at the cemetery in Santa Fe. The lady at Sprouts who killed her son, who works as a checker, you are just as bad. You are trauma bonded to the system, so you thought you had to, and then you even have a memorial of your son on your arm. Oh, I think it was your arm, something like that. How dare you? That's the most ludicrous thing I've ever. You're dead inside, and I hope you know that. I saw who you really were, and it wasn't pretty. And you don't even like who you are. None of you people like who you are. How is this cool? How is this okay? I just think I'm pretty fed up. If the SS soldiers and the fancy families can't do anything to help themselves by helping me, I just want to be around normal people like I was raised to believe I am. I'm just a normal person. People at Walmart are my people. We have paid so dearly for all of your all's crimes. I don't want to be around you people. Like the SS soldiers and the fancy families, your epigenetics are just awful. And it's because you choose to play the war games and not grow and evolve. I don't want to be around people like that. I don't know exactly how I would. I just want to be around normal people. If the fancy people can't help me, what good are they? If you have all this power and privilege, but you can't use it for good, how does that do anything for you? What's the use? Because you're not doing anything good. Okay, so day 191. Today's actually day 91. My revolutionary people, I so love you. I am just an ordinary person, just like you, and I hope you see ordinary people can make a huge difference. There's nothing ordinary about being revolutionary. That's the good thought of the day. There is nothing ordinary about being revolutionary. I love you all. Talk soon.